Guys, I figured I'd never get the opportunity to talk to that person, so I figured I'd take that call. Pretty much, just a little update. Usually goes on for like an hour, but maybe we can cut it short this time. I guess, what time is it? 10 o'clock? That's not too late. Maybe we can get away with a bit of time. Get some string cheese in me. Man, I've been playing this word find, and I'm getting pretty good at it. You know, it's just finished the point. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Jessica? Hey, love. And I love you too. We have a history that is extremely wild and crazy. Really wild and crazy. Let's see if I adjust this a little better. Hey, Ken. I do remember them. Just kind of snacking, guys. I'm down to 104 pounds. And so I just have to kind of. You usually won. Ha! It's true. You usually won in most things. Carpenter. Oh, gosh. That's middle school. No. Yeah? It was one step above elementary. Yeah. Yeah. Young Barkley. Yeah, sorry guys. I got a phone call from someone I don't always get to hear from, so I was only like 1 minute into the stream, so I figured I'd give him the time. Over time, over the course of that month that I was really sick, I was losing more and more weight. And but yes, at the hospital when I had my heart failure, I guess it really taxed my body. So right now I just have to fatten up. I literally have no freaking, like see all my veins and stuff. I'm extremely skinny. Right now I'm kind of full. I'm kind of a round tummy. Let's try that again. Look at those veins. That's so crazy. Bones. You can see my bones there. No fat. My muscle is deteriorating too because it's there's no fat to eat. But I did started a log of how heavy I am, how my weight every day. Less milk, less veins. Yeah, I really need to go down there and get some chocolate milk, that's for sure. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't be eating in front of you guys, but it's just the waiting game now, guys. It's going to be about a week before I see my first doctor, have my first doctor visit. And actually, it's not even going to be my doctor visit. It's going to be the visit with the caseworker. And we were going to go with the big facility with all the options and stuff. But it actually turns out to be kind of a bad idea because the turnover rate and the high volume of people that go through that big facility is not a good idea. Hey, Metal Show. Yeah, I had to take that phone call, guys. I'm sorry. He doesn't always get the time to talk, so I figured it was worth spending the time. Poor guy. I was going to go into detail, but that's not it's his business. You're a qualified quack. Oh gosh, I can help you get well. We did it like we did in the old days, leeching and cuts. Yeah, yeah. I've lanced things on me on my body in the past. That kind of thing. I have surgically removed cysts from my body. I tried my foot recently, but it seemed to just come back. I tried it again, and it came back again. But now I have proper insurance. Well, when I have proper insurance, I'll be able to take care of it. Yeah, and so I've joined this thing. I kind of worried about saying what it's called. I don't want to get into too much detail. They still use leeches? Yeah. Ugh. The bloodletting is what it's mostly considered. It has to do with getting the toxins out. Yeah, in some cases, not necessarily in America mostly, but they also use maggots in the field, that kind of thing. Eat away the dead flesh. Because maggots will only eat the dead flesh. And so I opted to do something a little more stable. I went with a smaller program that is literally everything I need. And it would only be the extreme circumstances while you're eating. Oh, yeah, I've got a strong stomach. Constitution, I guess is what it's called. It's I'll have a more consistent doctor. I'll have a more consistent caseworker. Whereas if I went to the big facility, I'd get a new doctor almost every time, a new caseworker every time. And that's just not good. And so I won't say aware, of course, because I don't want to get terribly technical. Anything I say wrong is going to have to be corrected. So I'm just trying to kind of give you guys an idea. They just do a body good when all fails. I use a hammer to the brain. Does wonders. Ha! Hammer will fix anything not broken. You're like, oh, it's not broken? I can fix that. Never had a patient complain. It's either. Yeah. It's really funny. So at this point, guys, I'm just, I have to be patient. I have to be a good patient. And, it's probably going to be maybe a couple weeks before I can get onto my medicine. And then it'll be a matter of time before my numbers are up again. But until then, I'm stuck in my bubble. Can't wait to get some art stuff and get back on doing that. Maybe I'll get a tripod and do some proper videos with editing and stuff. It'd be interesting to see what I wind up doing because I really enjoy doing the live streams with you guys. Hey, Mrs. Constitutional. Yeah, I really enjoyed your topic today. It was interesting talking about this sort of stuff. It is quite fascinating that some people will think that they can get away with something, but it's like they didn't even think about the consequences. A new chapter in my positivity journey. Read that again. Start a journal and document your journey. I've actually done a journal in the past. And when I went back to read it, it was like, that didn't happen like that. I remember that happening a little differently. Yeah. It's like I was talking about my first kiss, and it was just a peck on your lips. But in the story that I told, it was just like, wow, this, that, my heart was racing. It lasted for like 20 seconds. Really funny. Of course, in those days, I wasn't even honest with myself. You know, I wasn't honest with anyone. I just wanted to believe anything that made me feel good. A stream of thought type writing. Oh yeah, it was bad. I normally use that same book for really anything. I used it for my designs, my clothing designs, my Lego designs. I used it for everything. Still use it for everything. I don't have it with me right now. And I have this one here. And, it's got my health log, my weight log, and my bowel movements log. And I think I have to do one more. Just trying to remember what it is. And so if there's any reason I need to know what kind of, when my bowel movements are and what consistency and what color and stuff like that, if anybody needs to know, it'll be on record. But that's important because I'm taking a lot of different medicines, and some of them cause problems. I wish that I would have had my channel while I was sick. Yeah, I mean, it certainly made a difference for me. But how can you help others and they can go on this journey with you? Let me just make sure. Oh, but now you can help others and they can go on this journey with you. Yeah, if they're willing to watch. Most of the people... Drunk Giraffe the puppet? He's doing just fine. In fact, his feet are I'm using his feet to prop up the phone. So he's helping he's helping me out right now. My diligent and very trustworthy non-milk stealing giraffe, Jeff. And the Bowlby. Tell us more. And yeah, Mrs. Constitutional, I'm glad that I had my channel going and was willing to share it with you guys because even though I already have so much support outside of the realm of the internet, I really feel like everybody's thoughts and prayers and things of that nature have extremely helped. Like before this, it was, I considered a minor annoyance that someone would say, "I'm praying for you," but that's changed, guys. And it's not just people praying, it's also people just, sending good thoughts, sending good feelings, sending their wishes for health, all of those things really helped me through one of the, the darkest times. That first night I found out I was HIV positive. Yeah, let's take a look. Get some water. Let's give it a shot, guys. So I was there. Let's see if I can make it a 2,500. And remember, I have to keep that little blue thing between these two arrows. Now, I've set a goal, so I have to reach it now. So, okay. And I'm breathing in too, guys. So let's see if I can make it to this arrow. Longer I can hold it. Well, I don't know if I can hold it, because when I reach my capacity, my current capacity, it is extremely painful, and so I have to, it's pretty involuntary that I would even get stuck. Oh, sustain the air in your lungs. Yeah, it doesn't stop anywhere. It will continue to go up as long as I'm breathing in. When you're holding, the quicker your lungs will expand. Yeah, I mean it's really a matter of loosening up all those crystals. Let's give it a shot. Do I have enough light? I think I might have enough light. That was 2,000. I think I'll give it one more try. I might be confusing it. You're right, though. No bullshit. It is actually a bacteria or fungus. So I think I might be confusing it with something else. Maybe PSP, which is something to do with crystallization. But I always get those two confused. So really, my lungs are just in a bad way, and this thing is just helping out. But normally, my first one is the best. But let's give that one more try, because I did not reach my goal. Maybe I can try it one more time. Yeah, I remember when I could barely reach 1,000 too. That was awful. It took a lot longer to recover. Yeah, that was day one. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. Yeah, I think it really is difficult, guys, to get the first try is always the best, and it only gets worse after that. So I'm gonna recover my lungs for a little bit and maybe try it one more time before I end the stream. Oh yeah, I'm improving every day. Yesterday I couldn't. Pretty sure yesterday I reached 2,000. Yeah. Anyway, but it's a slow process. I'm sure it'll be a while before I can hit 3,000. Try not to cough. It's kind of late, and I don't want to disturb my dad. So I suppose I'll just recap real quick and say that I spoke with a caseworker today, or somebody who can get me in the door, and he even told me his experiences with it. And yeah, I wonder if I should actually disclose that, but he was telling me he knew what I was about to go through, and the sort of things I'll experience. Medicine has really advanced since his time. Yeah, you gotta go to bed. That's okay, Mrs. Constitution. I understand you got like kids and stuff, so you gotta go on their schedule. Yeah, keep it classy. Yeah, it'll probably be more classy now, just so you know. It's always good to see you, Mrs. Constitutional, and I have mad respect for you. They're kicking things out through coughing. Yeah, coughing is definitely helping. Coughing is keeping my lungs exercised, getting everything. Yes, 2,000 yesterday. Okay. what is the normal? What is the number for a normal person who is not infected? I mean, it goes up to 4,000, but 3,000 is the apparent goal. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Medicine has extremely advanced since 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You're fine, Blue Ghost. It's good to see you. Ah, come on. There we go. Much better. Yeah. Ah, still going. All that coughing just got my nose all gross. Oh, I hope I was off stream doing that. Off screen. Minecraft Fortnite, hello! Yes, and since I'm able to concentrate on... Yeah, I'm not actually at my house. I'm at my dad's right now. Did you grow a beard? It's getting to be that way. But now that I can concentrate on art stuff, I guess I'm going to be working on the memorial one more time. I will be... Because being on disability is going to be extremely important to having insurance, it's a very good likelihood that I will probably be on disability for the rest of my life. So that's a thing. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I kind of want to just take it and be happy, but at the same time, it's like that's a really limited life. Like, I can't get a job that pays a lot because the medicine would cost so much money that I would still live in the same condition and be working extremely hard. So it's like, take the disability, get a better job, take the disability, and it would essentially be the same outcome. You look a lot better, buddy. Oh man, I feel a lot better. That's for sure. I'm wearing like clothes and stuff. I managed to get some of my stuff disinfected. Life is tough, yeah. Even if I have to give up soda, guys, even if I can't afford soda or, nice televisions and stuff like that, my old life is over. I can't do just anything I want anymore. My number one full-time job right now is my health, and just kind of taking it one step at a time. I haven't even started on my HIV medicine, and that's going to take... You can make art, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't claim anything on it, though. Like, if I build something, I can't have any record of anyone purchasing it. And if I mess up with this... You're stuck, Sam. Yeah. If I mess up with that, if I, at any point that they think that I'm making money off of my art, then I'm going to have to claim it. And that would definitely compromise my disability. So it's a kind of a catch-22. Do what makes you happy. I agree. I think I'll be working on art anyway. I just probably won't be selling it. I'll probably just, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. I'm going to guess you meant, but you're fortunate to have the option of disability. For sure. And, some people, they have a really hard time getting on disability because they're arbitrary, something. Like if you claim to have back pain, then you have to really, really go through the hoops to proving that you have bad enough back pain to be on disability. But just by being HIV positive apparently qualifies me. And it has everything to do with the fact that in the very beginning, you can't work. You're too sick. You're too... Take cash donations, yeah. I think you can keep disability as long as you don't exceed a certain limit of money. Yeah, and I'll learn more about that when I have my official caseworker. we all live under constraints. Your new life will get better. You can go back to school and they will pay for it. Yeah, and apparently it's going to involve dental and optical and mental. Like if I wanted therapy, I would have that available to me. It's all, they'll help me with like food stamps and stuff like that too. And it's really an adjustment, guys. I've never applied for any of these things. I've never felt like, man, I could really use a paycheck that I didn't work for, so it's just like, it's like, how do I feel about being on food stamps? Um, um, how did I feel about people who are on food stamps? But I suppose that's exactly what this system is for, guys. I literally can't leave the house because my immune system is totally gone. And if I can't leave the house, then I can't work. Keep doing art. Your work is amazing. Thank you. I hope to get started on that really soon. I just have to get my. Don't let pride and ego kill you. Yeah, for real. Right of these people despise. A lot of these people despise government until they need it. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever despised government, though, guys. I've always understood the necessity for order and law and taxes and stuff like that. I have never missed my taxes. I've never owed taxes. Apparently, I've paid into the Social Security and Medicare and stuff like that. So, I have all my records are easily all documented and stuff like that. I'm also drug free and all kinds of things, and I don't have like suicidal thoughts. So it's like it's going to be a lot easier for me than a lot more people out there who do have things like drug addictions and alcohol addictions and stuff like that. Taxation is theft. Yeah, no, and it is a tough subject for sure, because if you want to live in society, all those things cost money, and there has to be someone to pay for it. And if you're living in the society without paying for it, that's pretty unfair. But at the same time, it is kind of a bit of coercion to be forced to pay it under threat of taking stolen money. Yeah, I would have to say, guys, I gladly pay taxes because I like toilets. I like infrastructure. I like having electricity. I like having hospitals and schools. And maybe that's not where all the money goes to, but it's not. I could spend my entire life trying to change the fact that I have to pay taxes, but at the same time, all those things cost money, and I want to reap the benefits of those commodities, and things like disability are paid for by our taxes, and people like, well, I was gonna say like me, I guess that's true. People in a situation where they cannot support themselves is reliable on that sort of thing, and and we're talking like old people, paraplegics, quadriplegics. In a world without those things, they would suffer and die. Get sick, you should not be eligible. Oh, yeah, that's why I have my drug is YouTube. Yeah, for real. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I don't even mean to get on the subject of taxation, guys. I just I was listening to James Freeman's conversation with Maurice Merb 31st or something like that. I forget his name. Dig a hole. That's old school. Yeah, I mean, you talk about pooping in a hole. My breathing's been okay. every day is an improvement. You can learn a lot about society by how they treat the old, the disabled, and the minorities. Yeah, and I would argue that we treat our old and disabled a lot better than most countries. It is arguable, though. Like places like England, they just everything is available to you. Everything's free. I don't know about the quality being so good, but everything is available to you if you need it, and we don't have that here for the most part. I have chronic pain but couldn't get disability. Yeah, it's really tough. It's unless you fit a certain criteria, it is really tough to get on disability for a good reason. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that just want to take advantage of the system and not work. But that makes it even more difficult for those who are actually disabled and really can't work. You learn a lot. Yeah. I'm just going to go back a little bit and make sure I didn't miss any. So in your definition on this, is taking stolen money? I feel like if you live in a society and then you reap the benefits of the roads and the hospitals and the things that cost money, it is more or less an agreement that you're going to help pay for it. And there are avenues in changing how that money is spent, but you're going to spend your entire life doing something about it, and only make one move in a chessboard that is played over generations. So it's all about what you're willing to do to change those things. Learn a lot about that. Yeah, I'm sorry about your chronic pain there, Metal Shell. It is really, really tough to prove that sort of thing, and it's also really expensive. It's because they're bleeding the taxpayers dry, and the taxpayers don't want to pay for illegal immigrants to get sick, etc., etc. Yeah, and I have recourse over that. I don't like that people who are not citizens, who are not legally here, are just. I hear that in America you can give me free stuff. And I'm here for it. I want that free stuff. And I think that if you're not willing to acclimate or assimilate to the American society, then you have no business being here. You have no right to our benefits. I feel so. Well, Kerber, we were really low on the humanity scale. It's hard to tell, Ken. We're exposed to a lot of the bad things all the time, and it almost seems like we're very rarely exposed to the good things. Okay, let me feel so bad, HG. I went MIA for a while, just caught up on your condition. Much love, respect. Feel so bad, but and and it's okay, Blue Ghost. Everybody has their lives to live. I don't hang on, no bullshit. And I don't. I have no hard feelings, Blue Ghost. I know that. Even though you're saying it right now, I know that it would have been the same before, had you been more aware. But everybody's got their lives to live right now, and I'm okay, guys. I just need your love and support. It's more than I could ask for. It really is. As far as money goes, I'm not necessarily comfortable with taking donations because I don't know how much I'm actually going to have to pay for. So it's like maybe someone else needs that donation. I don't know, guys. I really appreciate those who have already done what they could. Okay, let me address that. No bullshit. I will say this, honest guest. You've always been on the level and willing to contribute to pay taxes, not like some of these other people who claim taxation is that. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble. You're the last person, the last people you want to get on the bad side of is the IRS. They come down on you like a ton of bricks, and they will make your life a living hell. And that's just a matter of fact, guys. You know that's I do what I have to do to stay out of trouble. Because they're going to take it no matter what. And if you just willingly give it, it's going to make it a lot easier. He's so stubborn, he'll be back to 100% in a couple of months. Man, I really hope so, Ken. Shit. I really hope so. It's kind of like, it really is a lot like the idea that, yeah, sure, I have that freedom. I have the capacity. I have the physical stamina to go and kill somebody. But am I willing to reap those consequences? You know, this is the social consequences, the legal consequences. It's like, nope, that's enough for me to not go around murdering people. Plus, it's rude. You don't want to do that. It's very rude to go around taking another person's life. They're like, hey, I'm living here. I'm trying to live here. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, I'm hungry. I did. I actually haven't put it on yet. I've been contemplating retiring it as my old life. I really don't want to, but I need pliers to put it on, and I haven't gotten a hold of my pliers just yet. And I have attempted to retire it in the past, but right now it's a new life, guys. It's a new life, and I really have to contemplate whether I want to put it back on. I might do it anyway, but it is a unique opportunity to strip the old and begin anew, and maybe replace it with something else. But at this point in time, I will put it on the sign. Yeah. Oh. Did you get your chain back? And she was so wonderful. She asked me if there was a clasp, and I was kind of awkward in saying that that you have to have pliers, but she took the effort to bend one of the links open just enough. It's that one there, just enough to take it off without destroying it. It's extremely kind of her. Give up your chocolate milk. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know if I can do that. Put it on the side. Yeah, I might make a special little thing for it, or even a tree. Maybe, I don't know. I forgot about the chain. Yeah. Strip your thinking. That's a better plan. Yeah, and the chain used to mean something a long time ago. In fact, I don't even mind telling you what it was. It was a kind of a friendship thing between me and two other friends. I had the necklace, she had the bracelet, and the other friend had the ring. And I have the ring and the necklace, but unfortunately, the bracelet got thrown out of a window from a jealous boyfriend later on in life. So, unfortunately, I don't have the trifecta of friendship charms, but I do have the necklace, and I do have the replacement links from the ring, so that if anything happens to at least one of those links, I can at least replace it. Maybe an ID tag. I guess I don't. Those are like little boxes. They must not have registered as emojis. Just real quick. Oh, goodness. That's not good. Got a nosebleed, guys. But that's pretty normal in such a dry environment. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Nothing like cold, dry air. Yeah, I wish it was cold. Make a rainbow chain. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, rainbow, yeah. Mr. Craftivist has a lot of really cool ideas. Maybe I'll do that. This thing has always been really cool because it just can't, you can't really take it on and off without using pliers and stuff. I may put it back on though, guys. It's actually extremely likely that I will put it back on one day. Because it doesn't mean that friendship thing anymore. It hasn't meant that in a long time. That was just what it originally meant. Now it's a symbol of who I am, that anytime you see me, I'm wearing it. Of course, not right now. But also don't want to make rash decisions after what would you call that? I want to say near-death experience, but it would be more like traumatic experience, I guess. Something like that. And for anyone who hasn't heard the story of how I, when I had my flatlining, it was an incredible experience, guys. It wasn't like what you hear. Yeah, my trench coat. Oh my gosh. In near death. Third of life crisis. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to get a dehumidifier, yeah. So when you get up to it, I know you'll want your trench coat. For sure. I can't wait to wear my trench coat again, guys. Once I get established in a regular routine and stuff, I think I'm going to get blue hair. I'm going to wear my makeup all the time. I'm going to wear my nail polish and rings. It's going to be great. If I never have to work again, then I'll never have to have a job I'll never have a job that is extremely critical of the way you look and stuff like that. So that's kind of my motivation for now, is that I will be able to express myself in a way that suits me. In near death, it's arguable whether my heart stopping was actually dying. But if there wasn't anyone there to resuscitate me, then I'm pretty sure I would have died. But you always hear those stories where, oh, I saw a light and I saw myself above my body or something like that. Not for me, guys. No. For me, my computer turned off. They were hooking me up to the heart monitor, and so you could hear the beeping sound. And the next thing I know, I'm like, ugh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then I was like, next thing I know, I'm mildly annoyed that the people are trying, somebody's shoving me around, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to sleep here, If you get big on YouTube, you might just live a fulfilling life and stay and still cool quality. Yeah. Yeah, as long as I'm not accepting benefits from it. See now, yeah. And so when I came to, I had apparently gasped. I don't remember the gasping part. All I remember is thinking I was dreaming. But it was actually me coming to. And I had no idea where I was or what was going on. All I knew was that I was in a deep sleep and someone was trying to wake me up, and I'm just like, oh, come on, leave me alone. Just trying to sleep here, and I opened my eyes like, I saw all these people standing around me, and it took me like 2, 3, maybe even 4 seconds to realize what happened. Like I didn't have no memory for very long. It didn't take me very long at all. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, what is going on? And someone was like, "You're okay. You're in the right place. You're being taken care of. Couldn't have happened at a better time." And I'm just like, "Oh, right. What?" It's like, I guess and they're like, "Just keep talking." So I'm just like, "Oh, all right." And the lady who resuscitated me was just like on it. She gave me chest compressions, and less than 20 seconds later, my heart was beating again. And they didn't even have time to put the paddles on. They put paddles on me later, like right after that, just in case it happened again. But for me, guys, it wasn't a shining light. It wasn't the booming voice of trumpets, or the booming sound of trumpets and tunnels and stuff like that. For me, it was, oh, I think I might throw up, blah, and then moments later, an undetermined amount of time later, I'm just like, huh, well, that was weird. Yeah, that's just like, whoa, out of body experiences. And I am extremely skeptical, guys. I'm a very skeptical person, and oftentimes when you hear stories like that, they sound extremely similar to other people's stories. And you never hear a Muslim, or well, let's say, you know, you hear the specific ones to specific religions. So they're oftentimes um, maybe hallucinations. Like you expect that to happen, so that's what you see. For me, I nearly died a previous time, and I don't know how close I got to death, of course, because I did not flatline. But when I was thinking, wow, these are my last thoughts, I actually might die right here. And the first thing I said was, huh, well, first things first, there's you know. Let's just get that out of the way. And then the second thing I said was, I'm never going to be able to eat delicious food again, and that kind of stuff. And then my dad came in, and he revived me with a electrolyte tonic, and fed me some rice and stuff like that. I was skin and bones, guys. I had gone into full atrophy. I couldn't lift my arm. I was so HD. Yeah, and you know what, guys? I can do cooking videos here. I can get the ingredients for meatloaf and make my fabulous meatloaf. Oh man, I'm so glad. So glad for that. I think we're gonna have to make a. Oh man, I'm gonna have to make a list. I have to make an ingredient list. Sticky shrimp. Well, I'll have to avoid things like seafood. Can't afford to. Chad Smith, hello. Yeah, I really enjoy cooking. The trouble was with my last well, I still live there. That's my legal residence. It's just I have to live in this bubble. I don't want to live in this bubble. Making bread is cheap, yeah, and delicious. Oh man, I love making fresh bread. Oh, I bet it was more of a peaceful mindset for the moment. Yeah, and when between the time I was out and the time I was resuscitated, it was the computer was off. There's I don't have any recollection as to what happened between those time. It was like it didn't happen. As in the moment I blacked out was pretty much right before the moment that I came to. So I time traveled, guys. I'm missing 20 seconds of my life. Yeah. It's just like and it only took about 4 seconds for me to realize what was going on, to remember that I was in the ER and that I had passed out. So it wasn't like a long term confusion. It was Mr. Craftivist, yes, I was just talking about you. Homemade bread. Man, I love homemade bread. Oh, got that sourdough. I got that loaf, that Italian loaf. Man, I used to be a baker, guys. Did you know that? I used to be a genuine baker. It was a 7 at night to no, it was an 11 at night to see a 7 in the morning job, and it was an incredible job. It involved making sweeties, little pastries and breads, and the proofer and the giant oven. Yeah, making me hungry. Yeah. Norid, hello. Yeah, this is turning into an hour-long video, guys, but I think this is great. You know, I love this is a good stream, guys. And we even talked about things like taxes and stuff like that. So, you know, and for anyone new into the room, it's a waiting game at this point. I have to just wait until my appointment with the caseworker, and then I have to wait for my appointment with the doctor. And yeah. Baker for 50 years. What a dream. What a dream. And so when going back to your tree building, pretty soon. I already have 2 people commissioning trees to make for them, and I have to determine how I'm going to go about selling them, because if I sell them, I have to claim them. So we're going to have to, I guess, it's going to be problematic, because if I do the live stream, you know, I would never be able to reveal, like, that I'm selling them, you know, and I may have to come to the conclusion on live stream that I will not sell them. But, you know, it's very complicated, because I cannot compromise my disability. It'll be pretty much the difference between life and death, because if I don't have disability, then I don't have insurance, and without insurance, that medicine would be so extremely expensive. Looking at about $22,000 a year for the medicine, and that's so much. I've never made more than $10,000 in a year. I've filed every year for my taxes. I've been very good about it. I have all the records in the other room, and I've never once gone over 10,000. That's how chillax my life is. My ears were burning. Yeah. You just make sure you donate or give them to family that can. Oh, hey, yeah. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Because one of the people that want me to commission them a tree is very adamant about being involved in it too. She wants to be the one to buy the material, and even go as far as, you know, doing a kind of ritual thing with it, because she believes in those metaphysics. You can offer them in trade for something you want, barter system. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, I'll cross that road or bridge or whatever the saying is when I get the chance. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I don't even have my tools or even wire to work with on me, and I'll get it soon enough, maybe tomorrow. And that'll occupy my time. I'm really hesitant to bring my PS3 and computer over here, because I want to show my dad that I'm willing to stick to a regimen, stick to a clean and healthy lifestyle, and wasting time on video games and the internet is not a healthy thing to do right now. But you have guitar, dagnabbit. I don't play guitar. I don't play no guitar. I don't play no instruments. I can sort of sing. Now that my voice is finally coming back. Yeah. Just sing, yeah. Let's see. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. You'll learn Whistler. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little late. I don't know if Dad's in bed right now. What time is it? 11:04. That's not too bad. We're about to hit an hour here, guys. Oh. I'll tell you what I really want to do is play the Jewish harp. Oh man, that's a cool instrument. It's like twang, 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 twang. You know, so awesome. That's a really cool instrument there. You can see that vein there, guys. See all the veins on my forehead. I'm so skinny. Does anyone want to see how skinny I am right now? Out here, oh man, 9:05. My goodness, you must be in California. And distractions, yeah. Hey, Rosie PM. How's it going? Let me just make sure I haven't missed anyone. Yeah, and you guys need to go on over to Mr. Craftivist. He is on the ball. Oh, Nevada. Yeah, that's pretty far over there. He is on the ball, guys. I am gonna have to catch up pretty fiercely with him because he's already doing really cool stuff. And you know, I'm just like, look at my Baka bracelet. You know, it's so cool. But then he's got like clasps and stone beads and you know, proper tools, like a bunch of different tools, and I'm just like, huh, look at me, I can do art stuff. It's like nowhere near as good as Mr. Craftivist. Inspiration to do better. You're looking fantastic. I appreciate it. I'm getting better. My health is improving. Everything is getting better. But he said you inspired him. Awesome. I'll be live streaming a trip to the local beads shops. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to watch that one. He did inspire. He did say that I inspired him. It's really funny how that works. It's like you know, who's the real artist, guys? Who's the real artist? The answer is my dad. Let's actually take a look at a couple of these things here real quick. Let's take a look at this. There's some sculptures there. Come on, focus. There we go. There's a naked lady there. This one's extremely old. It is. Maybe one day he'll get around to fixing it up again, but these are essentially two of the stages of making a bronze sculpture. Hey, News Now Phoenix. So you make the mold here out of, you know, make the statue out of clay, and you can actually see inside there's like PVC pipe bones and stuff like that. There's her wrist over there, and then you make a mold around that, and then remove the wax or clay, and you do a thin layer of wax, and then you take that to the smelting place where they'll glue it, sand it, glue, sand, glue, sand, glue, sand, and then melt the wax out, and then pour bronze. And the bronze will only be where the wax was, because if you filled that whole statue with freaking bronze, it would be extremely expensive and heavy. So the only thing that you would get is the actual thin layer of wax. Hang on, let me turn that around. Oh. People have no clothes. Where are their clothes? Oh, yeah, they were naked when they were here modeling. Dad was just, you know, Dad was just doing what they looked like. Oh, Ken, I don't know if I saw the, I don't know if I saw the message you were sharing. You were my and still are my inspiration for crafting channel to even get started. I'm so, that makes me feel so good, Mr. Craftivist. You know, because we're really kind of motivating each other at this point. I'm going to have to really step up my game and get some of those tools and get some of those, you know, get an understanding of what I need, that kind of thing. Because, man, I'm just, I don't, I wouldn't say I don't have a creative mind, but I have trouble with that sort of thing, I guess, because I saw all those tools at the store, but I never thought about getting them. So oh yeah, I mean you could really make it out of anything you want, Kirby Swanson or Swenson, excuse me. People have no clothes. Wear their clothes. Give them their clothes, please. Yeah, I grew up with naked women all over the house, guys. Naked women statues. I believe he's sold both of those already, the bronze versions. You need my email. I need your email. It is gear.dh@gmail.com. Yeah, it's so silly. Those people that are like, oh, these statues are totally not modest. And they just cover the statues up because they're ashamed of seeing naked bodies. It's so crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. I always retract misspellings when I catch them. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's fine. And just to give that to you one more time, Mr. Craftivist, it's gear.dh@gmail.com. And no modesty. They don't need clothes like that one guy in government put drapes over the statues of some historical government building. Yeah, that's just so weird. It's kind of like, people who think nudity is perverted are actually perverts themselves. They're just projecting their pervertedness on the statues. Like when they see a naked body, they think sex, sex, sex. And it's just like yeah, it's crazy. Those people are nuts. Oh goodness, I've already missed a bunch. Fire TV rocks. You got it down right. Okay, cool. And it's Gmail, just in case. Can't think of the name, but some Republican douchebag. Yeah, and it's they're those people are nuts. Stop doxing me. Should put diapers on all animals because some might see their genitalia. Yeah, for real. Just tell them they get to pick between a naked woman and a naked man. They'll choose the woman. Yeah, most people will. Yeah, who's doxing you? TV Fire rocks. Yeah. I'll dox everyone here. You just wait. It's like one wrong move, guys, and I'll tell everyone that your YouTube name is whatever it is. That's all they need to find out everything about you. Oh, you'll have answered the door naked. Yeah, just don't get in trouble. Like, what do you want? It's like, have you got the time to talk about Jesus Christ? Like, put that thing away. I actually spoke to Mormons for quite a bit, guys. I have 2 Mormon Bibles that they had given me. And they eventually went away because we really didn't have anything more to talk about. They visited me regularly because I was very interested in hearing their side, and unfortunately they couldn't convert me, so they had to give up and move on to other people. It was actually kind of sad because I invited them over on several occasions, non-formal with people clothes, not just their Mormon clothes, but they were on mission, and I guess that was okay, I suppose. It was really sad. The last time I saw them, unfortunately, they were at a Burger King. And oh my gosh, guys, if you know anything about Mormons, they must have been really depressed of being at a Burger King because it's not necessarily something they would normally do. And so I asked them, oh no, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, eating fast food? That's nuts. Like it's something must be terribly wrong. And they had explained to me that someone was going to talk to them about Jesus and the Mormon Bible, but unfortunately, they didn't even open the door. They just slid coupons for Burger King under the door and said, "Sorry, I actually I can't talk." And so they used those coupons as a way of, kind of honoring the gift kind of thing. And I was just like, "Oh man, I thought you were like depressed or something, you poor guys," and that was just so funny. Yeah. They actually don't anymore, Blue Ghost. They're not allowed to. The government said no, and they have to abide by that. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Resigned myself from the Mormon Church, was born and raised 5 generations. My goodness. Whew. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It is a very, very, it has a lot of rules. Yes, nudity is very offensive. The human body is disgusting beyond words. I agree. I don't even know where people get the idea of kissing. Ugh. It's like that shit was invented before the toothbrush, guys. Ew. As long as Bobbitt's ex-wives does not come knocking on your door, you'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. And that is very sexist. Why don't we have Burger Queen? We have a Dairy Queen, which is kind of a disturbing thing. because because King's voice. Big wet kisses. Ah! Yeah. I asked them about their underwear, their magic underwear, guys. It time hormones. It's actually a really interesting thing because while my own explanation was ridiculous, I almost felt like their explanation was slightly more so. Getting the magic underwear had to do with a pact, like a commitment that that as long as you're wearing this underwear, then you're faithful to your partner. And I was just like, so you go home with a stranger, right? And you get all the way down to your underwear before you go, oh, I forgot about my pact with my wife or husband. And I guess I have to stop because I'm wearing I think they call it purity underwear or something like purity garments or something like that. Some people wear rings. Some people do all kinds of things, but it's essentially you go to your, I guess pastor is the word for it, and then yeah, no pull-ups, yeah, and big sloppy wet kiss. Oh no, sloppy big wet kisses. Oh gosh, you're like oh wow. It's the thought that counts, right? Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh, I guess it made somebody rich. You're right. Yeah, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, yeah. I thought that was really funny. I did have a lot of questions for them, though. They had a lot of questions for me too, for the most part. They weren't there to be converted, though, guys. They were there to convert me. And after a little while, they understood that I was asking some pretty deep questions. I mean, I was doing my homework. I had notes in my Bible and things of that nature, and I had questions about how they felt about some things, and it was really playing wreaking havoc on their faith. And I think they felt like if they didn't go away, that they would be in danger of losing their faith. So unfortunately, I just couldn't get them to relax. Yeah, your channel is going X-rated. That's exactly right. That's where the magic part came in. Yeah, and people make fun of it. Of course, it's more a symbolic thing than anything. Satan advocate. Yeah, that's not the. People believed for years that it protected them. That's where the magic part. Yeah, 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 it's definitely something like that, because a lot of things to do with Mormonism or even Christianity really has to do with the devil being the one involved. That if you were an adulterer, it was the devil, and the only way to get rid of the devil was with a prayer and repenting and things of that nature. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm only just ever so slightly familiar with Mormonism. It's always fascinated me though, because it's one of the newest ones. Like even evangelicism is relatively old compared to Mormonism. Of course, Scientology is even newer than that. Talk about a dangerous religion to go after, because they are shameless. They will call your work. They will call you a pedophile. They'll call you a rapist and a Nazi, and they really like to throw that pedophile word around. Yeah, 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 and they were telling me about the Meet the Mormons movie or video that they made to help convert people. And part of that movie was, well, I mean, I watched something. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's pretty much Joseph Smith in his story. And it essentially was, I don't necessarily agree with all these different churches. Every church is different, and every time I ask questions, they just don't seem to want to answer them. So he pretty much just made up his own religion, his own church, and just claimed that his was right and everyone else was wrong. So that's pretty much the origin story of the Mormon church, is that he was unsatisfied with all the other churches, and of course, God came to him, of course, and gave him the gold tablets, which could only be interpreted through a magic thing. And it was I think it was a magnifying glass or something like that, some kind of seeing through a glass thing. And so he was the only one who could interpret the actual texts. And it was it's a really it's actually a story very much like all the other denominations. Like if you read the story on Lutheranism, he was a drink, he was a drunk, he was a womanizer and this and that, and he did all this sinning, and then he was afraid of like God's wrath, I think is what it was. And so he became a monk and repented and prayed and stripped all his belongings and things of that nature, but he was still frightened of the God's wrath, and then he was just tired of that fright and decided to make his own religion. All those stories of those legends, they have a very specific way. They have a very specific way of having the story told. Very much like in the same way that Jesus is told. Oh my goodness! Let me get back and read something. Mormons, they believe in some whacked out things. Any doubt? I even forgot most of them. I had heard them in the past. Yeah, and a lot of things that you hear are actually, exaggerations too, guys. Because a lot of things I heard were apparently exaggerations. Cutting let out demons, drowning cured witchcraft. Yeah. Scientology is about stealing your money and enslaving you to work for them. It really is. I mean, there are people in their custody that are not allowed to leave, not allowed to have contact with the outside world, that are essentially there against their will. And people have tried to get them out, but they have a very serious hold on the government, including the president, at least George Bush, that I know of. To see some creepy Scientology, watch Nasty Nathaniel's channel. Yeah, I mean, he's really playing a very dangerous game by messing with them guys. Got the creeps around them. Yeah, you're very careful. Be so extremely careful around around them, Blue Ghost. They are not above black bagging you and taking you away and never letting you see people again. Marvin Reject, so proud of her. Yeah, that's good. I hope that it didn't damage her too much. If I ever run out of money, I might make my own religion. Yeah, the woo language. Hey, Common Sense. Oh, yeah. Let me just make sure I didn't notice you earlier. Okay, cool. Look good. Yeah, stress test, anyone? Stress test. I'll take it. Let's do it. I don't know how that would work. I don't need to be stressed out, though. Yeah, I'm feeling good. And for anyone new, terribly new right now in the stream, it's really just a waiting game at this point, guys. I have to go. I have an appointment. I'll see. Been gone a while. Ahead in my thoughts. Thank you, Common Sense. I have been deeply affected by all the love and support that you guys have been giving me. It's certainly more than I could have ever asked for, and it has extremely helped. Have you been eating more? Yeah, I am actually quite full right now, guys. Every time I take my medicine, I have to eat more. And I have to take my medicine like 5 separate occasions in a day. So every time I have to take my pills, I have to eat something, and it has really got me full. But I need to, because I weigh very little right now. When I weighed myself this morning, I was 104 pounds. Yeah. Meds that require you to eat. Some of them have some pretty strange side effects, guys. Like I guess I don't want to say the name of the pills because I don't want to get technical. But there's a certain pills that I can't go outside into the sun. You look like an everything pizza. Yeah. I actually really like pepperoni and extra cheese. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese. Glad to hear you're eating. Yeah, my appetite is definitely not gone, guys. I think the steroids have really been the most of awful side effects. As in, I look at those stairs and I'm like, I can run up those stairs. And then I run up the stairs and I'm like, So it's like, oh my God, I should not have done it. I was just like, fuck. I'm just not there yet, guys. I don't have the strength to fucking run upstairs and stuff. But it's the same thing that keeps me up at night, and it makes it difficult to even if I've been so long since I last slept, my eyes are still open. Like they're not heavy. I'm not going to sleep. And everything I try just doesn't seem to work. So it's been, one day at a time. I think tomorrow, no, the 26th is the beginning of a lesser dose of these steroids, and then 5 days later it'll be an even less dose than that for another 11 days. So it's actually a medicine that I won't be experiencing so bad. Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting better too. Oh, yeah, and I am eating a lot. My goodness. Mostly meats and cheeses and breads. I am trying to move away from so many sandwiches. It's just they're so easy. Sounds like cocaine. Yeah, and it turns out that this kind of thing, like steroids, when somebody is using it for building muscle, it really has nothing to do with building muscle. It has everything to do with giving you the energy to keep going. And a lot of times people will actually hurt themselves because they don't realize they're actually damaging their body beyond its limits because they don't even feel the pain. Can you eat pizza type foods yet? I'm kind of trying to avoid spicy foods and stuff like that because my some of the medicine I'm taking is messing with my digestive system. So I actually have to eat a lot of yogurt. Not a special kind, but a certain kind of yogurt to replenish my gut, the bacteria in my gut, because one of the medicines I take actually destroys all that bacteria. So I have to replenish it every single day. So part of my medicine is eating yogurt, guys. Isn't that funny? It's really funny. Thanksgiving is around the corner. You need to prepare yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I do the strawberry. No chunks. I prefer no chunks. And I can't wait, guys. I can't wait to make videos of making delicious food again. I couldn't do it at my other house because the TV was on so loud, and they were never not in there during a reasonable time. So I really couldn't do a lot of cooking. Certainly no cooking videos. I just can't handle the sound of the television, guys. It really stresses me out when I hear the news and when I hear the laugh track of some sitcom or something like that. I'm just like, like, fucking kill me. So annoying. And then like 2.5 Men, that laugh track, my God. Yeah, dude, and my meatloaf, it has all the colors of the vegetables, every type of cheese you can think of. My sandwiches are my specialty, guys. I make some pretty freaking amazing sandwiches. I actually have a couple videos on The Television Is Evil. It really is. That's a good word for it. Yeah, I hope so, Kirby Swenson. It's all those people who are in charge of deciding what society likes that keeps it around, But I actually have sandwich videos on my Facebook, guys. And my specialty is my sandwiches, guys. Okay, so let me give you an idea of how I make my sandwich. So you have, I use garlic Italian loaf bread. And so you have a slice of bread, and then you layer pepperoni on top of the bread, and you two sides. And so Jewish delicatessen, pastrami. Oh gosh, yeah. I actually don't know how to make other people's sandwiches. I only know how to make my own. And I just call them death sandwiches because they're extremely unhealthy for you. So they're always different too. Like I never really make the same thing twice. So you have the pepperoni on one side of the bread and you toast it. And that way one side of the bread is toasted and it cooks the pepperoni and it leaves a layer, a grease layer on the side, the soft side. So you then flip the bread over, toast side up, mayonnaise, cheese, Ritz crackers, meat. And you do the same thing on the other side. Doesn't matter what cheese, doesn't matter what meat. And then, mayonnaise, pepperoni, cheese, meat. Mayonnaise, pepperoni. Mayonnaise, pepperoni, cheese, Ritz crackers, meat. And then the same thing on the other side. And then you put a third slice in and toast it all at the same time. And because of the grease at the bottom of the bread, it toasts faster. So it really just kind of melts the cheese and stuff like that. And the toast in the middle is plain, and you just slap that thing right on top of, in the middle of the two sides. And that way the cheese stays in one place. And it's just, and you always got to plan ahead, guys. Oh gosh, I'm really drooling. Can't wait to see you cook up some stuff. Need to install Smell-O-Vision. Yeah. Can't disagree. Now I want a huge sandwich. Yeah. I see your cooking channel in the near future. Marshmallow fluff and peanut butter. Oh, goodness gracious. Spoke too soon? Yeah. And my meatloaf is really delicious, but I kind of cheat a little bit. I use A1 sauce as the pretty much the medium of flavor. I add a lot of eggs, a lot of milk, and a lot of pepperoni, like a bunch, lots of pepperoni. And it took a long while to get the consistency right, because if you snip them too thin, the meat just overpowers the taste of the pepperoni. Yeah, never let your meatloaf. And I actually make them into little things. I'll even use like a small muffin pan, and they'll make like little meatloaf balls, and that way you can just. Have to be in the woods though. Yeah, it won't be the same. Yeah, I will let my meat loaf. Oh man, I really gotta get that list going. I'm gonna have to do food videos, guys. I don't have a tripod, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to be really creative with how I do this. But I'll get one. I'll get a tripod. Shit, I'm sure Dad has a tripod somewhere. There are 3 cooking channels I watch on YouTube occasionally. Wow, I don't even, I don't watch any. S'mores. Yeah, and guys, we're all having a good time here. I don't even want to end the stream. I'm actually kind of thinking maybe because I haven't made breakfast in many years, and I would make the greasiest, most delicious. That one was called Death Sandwich, because I would take my spatula and just drizzle all that bacon grease all over my sandwich. Oh gosh, it's so good. So much bacon, so much cheese. Yeah, in Blue Ghost, I'm so glad that I started my YouTube channel. It's like I wish I did it years ago. I wish I started this thing years and years ago. I really do. I try to tell everyone that I meet outside of the internet, just make a YouTube channel. Like, just get on there and talk about stuff. People will come by and talk with you and converse, and some will stay and some will go, and you'll get spills of times where you've made a mistake, and you have to kind of take the embarrassment and go on. Like, I remember my first drama video where I was talking about I think it was Furry Patrick and Daddy. I'm trying to remember his name. Dragonfire, and I embarrassed myself because I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Ooh, that sounds nice. And sharp cheese, huh? Oh. That must be very European, Rosie PM. I don't cook, but I make the best French toast in the world. Oh, yeah. According to my cook, nice. So I guess I'm not sure what that means. Maybe more. I see. Maybe your cook was critiquing your food. I see. That might be a little bit more of what you meant. Yeah, French toast is awesome. I haven't had a proper breakfast in so long. I better get on that. I would hate to make my dad spend all this money on all this delicious ingredients. Your cook is your girlfriend. Yeah. Can I flip eggs? I actually like to cook them in the bacon grease. So I got to make enough bacon to have enough grease. Happens for a reason. Timing works itself out. If you started years ago, may not have met the same people. True. You're extremely true, Mr. Craftivist. Or excuse me, you're you've got a point there. You know, if it happened any other way, it wouldn't be the way it is today. And you know, I hate to be so cliche because eventually, guys, this euphoria of my old life is over and now I have to start anew. It will ebb, and I will probably revert back to a little bit of negativity and stuff like that. But for now, my goodness, this is weird, guys. You know, it really feels like I can't go back. There's no choice. Things have changed profoundly in such a way that even the way I feel about other people's cultures and stuff has changed because wow, I'm just an ignorant white American, guys. I thought my doctors were freaking India, but they're actually Pakistani. You know, it's just like, oh, I may have made an ass of myself. Mm, maybe I should be less crucial, less harsh. Uh, um, oh, they always end up on the floor. Hey, just brush it off. Shotgun Red, Wolf Pit, Cooking with Laura. Oh yeah, all the cooking channels on YouTube. My goodness, that sounds good. Let me just push that just a little bit more. A 5-second rule, yeah. Like, oh, ow, it burns. One stream I saw before you were sent to the hospital, you were. Oh yeah, I bash India all the time. I'm I'm bashing their culture, the culture of karma. I still do not have any respect for karma, but that doesn't mean everyone in India believes in karma. Yeah. It's like I'm trying not to be racist, guys. Let's be a little fair and say that I need to give the benefit of the doubt to strangers and only hate the specific belief. Yeah, bashing. Yeah, no, I bash all. I bash all cultures, guys. The change is not bashing them. I'll still not like them, but it's just rude. It's impolite to express that that dislike. And yeah, for real. Everyone has issues. Yeah. Oh gosh. And you know, it really was an eye opener. All white people eat hamburgers. Yeah, it really was an eye opener that even though I was so sick, when I was being wheeled through the the CCU, I saw people there that were way sick, really, really sick, and it was just so sad. I think about that old man who was just gasping for air. He looked in a bad way, guys, and I am fortunate for how not sick I am. So I have to try and remember that when I'm feeling like I'm in a bad way. I really need to remember I am so glad that I do not have diabetes or something like that because shit, I would not want to have diabetes. You know, in fact, some of the medicine I'm taking, if I had diabetes, I couldn't take the medicine. It would likely kill me, and that's pretty problematic. It's like HIV or diabetes. Which one do I die of first? You know, can't do hospitals. I'd be on the floor seeing. Okay, I can't do hospitals. I would be on the floor seeing blood. Yeah, it really, you know, Blue Ghost. Part of this strange side effect of something I'm taking is causing these really disturbing images when I close my eyes. And it started out really bad in the hospital where I'm trying to go to sleep, but every time I closed my eyes, I was seeing this like blood and sinew and ripping of flesh. I mean, it was disturbing. That's the word for it, is that it's like it made my tummy turn. Yeah, I wonder. I really wonder if they were hallucinations because it was no sound, it was no smell like I normally feel when I think of those things. When your brain is, yeah, and it wasn't even things specific like bullet wounds or chopped off heads. It was just blood and tearing and bubbly. The blood was bubbly and this like ripping kind of thing. It was awful. It was very awful. And I'm still kind of experiencing that, but mostly because this bloodishness. Yeah, it's really the only way I can describe it, guys, because it was non-specific. It was very much like I was looking in a pool of writhing blood and just the surface of the blood was being like disturbed by the tearing of sinew. Sounds like devilish type visions. Yeah, I mean that would certainly make me think that the devil was real if I was religious in some way. Like I mean, geez, it's been pretty difficult to process. I have a pretty strong constitution, but it is definitely a weird side effect to something I'm taking. And it gets to you. Yeah, it didn't take me long. Yeah. And I think it had a lot to do with like being in the environment of people dying around me. And even though it was extremely clean, the air was extremely sterile. So I couldn't like smell the fear from everyone else, but in my mind I knew that there were people very much suffering all around me. And that was disturbing enough. Very hard to sleep when somebody next to you could be just dying at any moment. There's nothing you can do about it, and there's nothing you can do at all. It's the emotions that get to me. Especially that night that I found out that I had HIV. That was a really tough night for me, guys. I can't express enough just how much it helped to have everyone saying how much they thought about me and how much they wanted me to get better, and wanting to do anything they could, even if it just meant sending good feelings my way. And it really gave me the courage to continue and say, you know what, I really can do this, because if I don't, then I'll be letting all these people down. If you can write a horror book, a short story about that, people will buy anything. Yeah, sell it for $1. For me, the sounds get to me. Code Blue, yikes. Yeah, oh man, yeah, the Code Blue happened quite a bit, actually. Maybe you can, yeah. In fact, there were a lot of babies being born there, guys. That was another really cool thing. They would play that lullaby, lim dum 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 lim dum dum. Is that right? It was a standard lullaby sound, and the first night I was there, it was playing all night. I mean, like babies were being born like crazy that night, like 12 or more than that. And I didn't know what it meant. I thought it was like the timer going off saying, "Oh, it's time for someone to have their sleeping pills," and but it kept happening. And then like 2 or 3 days later, after hearing these chimes go off forever, someone was like, "Oh, that's the another baby was born." And I'm just like, "Is that what that means? Holy crap, this place is busy." Fuck. Like there was a time where it played 3 times in a row. Like someone must have had fucking triplets or something like crazy. That was so awesome. Hey, What's up, Land King Monica? Yeah, Code Blue is bad. Code Blue is everybody get here quick. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, that's what I assume it is, at least. But yeah, it's been an incredible experience, guys. I didn't expect to go to the hospital, flatline, and then be there for almost a week. I was expecting to saw a doctor pop a guy. Whoa, hang on. I saw a doctor pop a guy's eyeball out in the morgue, and it affected me for life. Oh, I bet. Jeez, that is pretty traumatic. Yeah. Man. I'm sure. I hope it was an accident. Yeah, mortician is a pretty incredible job. My mom used to dress the dead for the coffins, and prepare them for being viewed and stuff like that. Very interesting job that is. They don't use normal makeup. They actually use like doll paint. He was a donor. Oh, nice. Yeah, Rockabye Baby is what they play. Yeah, Rockabye Baby. Yeah, and they'd played the whole thing, so it was a fairly long time. But I'm sure they do that to pretty much give people good feelings, like wow, a new life, like just popped out, born today. Still hard to watch. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and when my stepdad was found, he was found by a 17-year-old, and he had no head anymore, and couldn't imagine that poor kid. That poor kid must be traumatized for life seeing that, because he was just in there to do the bug spray, and walks in because nobody answered the door, so that they have access to the apartment. I'm glad I did too. Oh, if only you recorded yourself singing after the anesthesia. I wish. That would have been really cool. Apparently, I was singing all kinds of things. Among them was Randy Newman's "Drop the Big One," or I guess it's called Political Science, I think is what it was. I'm just so glad you went in when you did. I'm glad too. I just happened to be right next to two qualified people to resuscitate me when it happened. It does have an effect on you being in the hospital. My 10-day hospital visit changed me in certain areas also. I hope to think all the changes were in a good way. Me too. I hope they stuck around too. Morphine? I don't know if I ever did morphine. I don't really like pain medication, because it's so addicting, and I have such an addictive personality that I've never even tried it. Gotta run. Glad you look good, Gas. By all. It's always good to see you, Common Sense. It's always good to see. Well, it's good to see everybody. I hope I'm not diluting that. Feel good, but it means so much to me, guys. It really does. I guess I remember to stay on this side so that the chat isn't over my face. Yeah, and the way he. Oh, Monkey 83 just uploaded a new video. LAPD searches 2 men for illegal tent. Huh. You're addictive, honest? I'm addicted to your live streams. Oh, man. I actually might have to agree with you, Mr. Craftivist, because I actually watch my videos a lot. That's a little weird, but you guys know that 77-hour video of the topic of hate speech. I must have seen that video like 8 or 9 times by now. I've seen it a lot. So Monkey 83 just came out with something, huh? Am I? I have to be. I have to be. Huh. Am I not? Am I not subscribed to Monkey 83? I have to be because I saw his notification earlier. I guess I just haven't seen myself right now. It's not bad to love yourself. Some people don't think that. Yeah. I actually might consider myself a genuine narcissist. Because like for me, I'm my best friend. Like uh I'm my lover as well. Like I you know, I don't talk to myself like I'm two people, but I have to motivate myself and stuff like that. So it's like I can't find anybody. You look at me, man. Man, I'll probably never be able to smoke again, guys. I'll probably never be able to smoke weed or anything. You're not stuck up though. Yeah, and I try to be humble about it. I just I have a hard time finding a relationship with somebody because my standards are just extremely high. Like the kind of people I want to be with don't go out much. So it's like I either have to find them or we have to run into each other kind of thing. There is edible marijuana. Well, the trouble is that anytime you attempt to do something like pain meds or some kind of medication for anything, whether it be cannabis or otherwise, they really don't like that, and I can't compromise my disability. It would mean the difference between life and death. Two people. Yeah, that would be called bipolar. Yeah, and it's okay to hear voices in your head, guys. Just, just don't think that it's. It's only bad if you think it's someone else. CBD pills. Yeah, I mean, I'm not suffering any real pain though, guys. Like, I guess if I'm starting to experience nausea, I suppose when I start experiencing nausea, I might revisit the subject, but yeah, and certainly for now, I can't even think about it. It'll help you with your white cells. Yeah, I'll have to revisit the subject when I'm better. Because as it currently stands right now, they want me to be drug free, and I am. I tested negative for everything. Help you with your lungs as well. Now, hopefully, the lung thing is a very temporary thing. Oh, sneeze. One more time. I haven't even started my HIV medicine. At least it's not bloody this time. Oh. Also, T cell count. Yeah, there's all kinds of counts that I have to keep track of, and apparently, because my numbers are so low, it means I'm extremely infectious. And I mean, it still has to be fluid exchange. So I can't just sneeze on my dad and he get HIV. It actually has to be like sharing needles or sex. So I'm pretty much not going to infect my dad. It's a matter of making sure that I do not come on anyone or in anyone or anything like. I mean, I can't be inside somebody is what I'm trying to say. It's a very low risk of me getting anyone sick. I would have to be sharing needles or that kind of thing. And it really, the biggest risk is other people getting me sick. if Dad sneezed on my face, I would probably get really sick. Of course, you absolutely don't. Of course, absolutely, you don't use recreational drugs. You almost died. Yeah. Anyone that is sick, be careful of that as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one at risk at this point. At this moment, guys. I can't even answer the door to tell people I can't answer the door. Yeah. So I just let the doorbell ring until they go away. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, for real. And we're coming up on 2 hours, guys. I really think that we've really covered a lot of really cool topics and stuff. And maybe we can spend the next 10 minutes with you guys telling me how your day was. Anybody have any good news or anything exciting happen or even bad news? We're always willing to listen. And then I think after 2 hours, because it is 12 o'clock now, and I really need to go to bed. It's important that I get a good night's sleep and wake up on time for my next pill, my next medicine regimen. Astrophotography rocks. Yeah, it does. That's like where you take pictures of the planets, right? I'm sure. I think that sounds about right. But it's my damn. My dad was testing out his lens that was donated to him by Canon, and he took some pretty amazing pictures of the moon. Yeah, and it was a nice long time. I was expecting it to be like a half hour, but I'm really glad that it wound up going for so long. Made some jewelry today. Post some pics alongs with a visit to the bead store in a few days. Awesome. So cool. Oh my gosh. And don't forget to email me, Mr. Craftivist. And I'll send you my number. It'll be a lot easier if we just talk on the phone. I have a lot of people that are emailing me right now, and it's been a struggle to keep up with it. Even the comments. I'm trying so desperately to get back to everybody with personal comments, and I won't want to forget anybody. So I have to really make time for that because it has really helped. It really has. And everybody's gonna hopefully found out somebody was trying to scam me on a house I was trying to rent, thanks to a cashier at the right side, saved me from losing out on my money. Whew. Phew! It's a good thing you caught it in time. Phew. Cool things going on up here. Yeah. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, and I need all the help I need. All the help I can get with my white blood cell count. Okay, HG and everyone, good chatting. Love you, HG. Take care. See you on the next stream. It's good to see you, Blue Ghost. And Blue Ghost has most of the credit to be had when it comes to the memorial, guys. Blue Ghost was the one who asked, why isn't there a memorial for citizens? And so that's the origin. Blue Ghost is the one who came up with the idea of a memorial. So we're gonna have to just make that happen, so that that there is a so that there is a memorial for fallen citizens. Yeah. Good night, Ken. We're coming up on the 2-hour marker, and I think that'll be a good stop. Well, maybe sooner than that. Mexican Padilla just put out a crazy video. There's a link in the description to it. It seems like it might be worth watching. Okay, I think I might go over there and take a look. Did it together. HG, we did it together, buddy. Yeah. I think I'll take some credit. I don't mind. If you're sharing, I'll take it. Because my answer was we have to make one. And that's pretty much pretty much the origin story, guys, is that there isn't one because we haven't made one yet. Well then, Blue Ghost, I need your email, please. Need you to email me, please. Awesome. Yeah. It's gonna be a while, guys. If I am the one to make it, it's gonna be a while, unfortunately. I'm just not reliable when it comes to doing anything quickly, because I certainly don't want to take donations until I know exactly for sure that I will do it, because I would hate to have to give all that money back if I ever decided not to. But I still need to just get on it. But that's a few months. It's quite a time away from now, guys. I have to really concentrate on my health right now, and so that'll. Plus, we don't really have that big a support group. People are more interested in screwing the police, and pissing them off, and getting thrown in jail for that sort of thing, and more interested in donating to help bail people out and stuff. One day at a time, for sure. If I just have to fight the boredom, guys. Oh, I have to fight the boredom. Every day is just waiting for my next time to take a pill. And I have this word search here that I've been doing like 3 pages a day, and that's just because I don't have as much time as I need to do 5 pages a day. I have a bit of donations. Good night, everyone. Honest Gas, get some good rest, buddy. Talk to you soon. Yeah, Mr. Craftivist. Yeah, Craftivist has done more for the memorial than I have. Yeah, it's just like, shit, I'm going to have to start setting aside money if I can. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Yeah, for real. Ooh. Play chess? Hey, yeah, maybe I could play chess to myself. Or with my dad. I mean, he's pretty good, though. So you got to take care of yourself, yeah. For sure, and I think I'm just gonna give people just a little bit more time. It's a little over, as there's 11 people in here still, so I'm just gonna give people just a little bit more time to say goodnight, and we'll just kind of leave it there. And I'll even say, guys, that always remember to try and forgive people if they deserve it, of course. Let's say, try to help people have a great day. Really helps you have a good day too. Let's see if I can fill up this time. Yeah. Yes, I am. No bullshit. I have to stay away from stressful videos. I've been watching a lot of doggy videos, a lot of, non-stressful videos, and that way I can stay stress-free. But doing those crossword puzzles is a lot easier than finding something watchable to entertain myself. Yeah, it's good to see you. No bullshit. You've been around a while, and that's just incredible that you've stuck around all this time. Oh, I'll send you a funny video. Yeah, remember to do pet videos, guys. I'm sure almost every single one of you has pets. Just make pet videos. I'll watch them, for sure. You don't even have to say anything. Just show your doggies, show your kitty cats, show your fish, whatever, your lizards, your birds. And I'll definitely watch them. And apparently they're not terribly popular in the auditing community, but I like them, so... I have a great 21 free. Hang on, I'll get a very funny pet video hangout. I will get the title. Okay. Can your phone get video messages? I believe so. It's one of those smartphones. Oh, I was looking for it, but it's right in front of me. It's one of those smartphones. It's actually an HTC. It's kind of annoying. I should have gotten a Samsung. Let's try this one more time, guys, before I go to bed. I'm going to try and get to 2,500. That's the goal for right now. That was 2,500 right there. Yay! Let's move that back up to 3,000. I think tomorrow will be the line right above 2,500. Let's give that a shot. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Let me get the title. Okay, cool. I'm just waiting for No Bullshit to come back with the video title for that video. That doggy video. Yeah, don't push it. I agree. Today I was feeling so strong from all the steroids, or so energetic from the steroids, but he ran up the stairs, and I was just like, that wasn't a good idea. I might feel invincible right now, but I'm still pretty frail. 104 pounds is not good to be running around with half capacity lungs. So I just need to really take it easy and be aware that these medicines I'm taking are affecting my ability to search for this. Okay, cool. I can actually yawn now, guys. That's what's so great about this. I can actually yawn without it extremely hurting. 2 dogs dining? Yeah, here, let me write that down. Oh, I guess it's there. 2 dogs dining. Come on. Awesome. Thank you, No Bullshit. I love you guys. Very good to see you. I appreciate all of you guys sticking around and stuff like that. There's 32 million views. My goodness. I hope I haven't seen it already. Or I would watch it anyway. But it's I expected this to be like a half-hour video. It wound up being 2 hours. So it must have been a really cool video. And I'll give you one more kiss, and then and see you guys next time. And okay, I'll end it there. Love ya.